Over the years, as you've built, kind of your associate systems, talk about that, like what has been some of the keys that you found when it comes to, filling up that associate schedule and then bringing the next one on and continuing to develop them over the years.
I believe the key is new patients, new patients, new patient, new patient. Getting the associate trained on marketing, not just, UC marketing, but external marketing and doing events. And then I think the key, what I've learned is doing the one-on-one meetings. I do one-on-one meetings with my associates. I have 2 associates now, and I meet with them each week, do about 30 minutes and make sure that they're accountable. We have a great associate manual and we have a great associate accountability sheet. So the associate brings that accountability sheet every week and we go through it and make sure they're hitting their goals. So we always have them set goals and make sure they're hitting their goals with those accountability sheets. And I think the weekly meetings are fantastic. I get to, get into their brain a little bit and see where they're at and where the headspace is at and make sure that they're on track to where they want to go.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing I know that's happened over the years is just building out your team too, right? Having more CAs, more support staff in the office.
Yeah.
So what have you found as far as developing the people within the support team to really support all the doctors, make sure everybody's being taken well care of in the practice?
I think the key is training. So we do CA trainings. So we hire CAs, we train them and make sure that they're trained up and they are on the same page, every single CA. We have our lead CA do the trainings every week, and we go over objection handling and any kind of systems from day 1, day 2 to regular adjustments. So I think training is the key, and make sure everybody in the office is on the same page. We have office meetings every week, and then we want to make sure that doctors, the associates, and the CAs are on the same page with every single patient. And I think that's a really, the big key to having a efficient and functioning office.
Yeah. So you mentioned your lead CA, I believe it's your new patient coordinator, right? Is that
Yep.
that's and so talk about that role for anybody out there maybe that doesn't have a new patient coordinator within their practice. Talk about what that role is focused on, maybe some of the KPIs or some of the things that are really important related to that role.
Yeah, obviously, new patient coordinator KPIs bringing in new patients, from answering the phone with the new patient and to having the patient come in, greeting the new patient, to giving the patient a tour and going through day 1 with them from new patient paperwork. And all the way to day 2, they're still, with the new patient. So it's just, having them from day 1 on the phone to all the way, even through the treatment plan, they're with them. Yes.
Yeah. It's really a crucial role. I found, at a certain level, when you have a practice that has grown to a certain point, especially when you have associates, a new patient coordinator is a crucial role, because those new patients have to be taken care of. Like you said, you got to get new patients in the door consistently. And if you have one person on the team that really is their whole role, right? Their whole role is focused on new patients.
Yeah.
You'll take much better care of patients than if that's just one part of a CA's role with everything else they have to do, right?
Yeah. And I think your training has really helped with that too, with the upper cervical marketing and the hope and healing solutions, and keeping them on track with, when they talk to the patient, to scheduling to patient, to starting their treatment plan. And you're recently started doing a 30-minute webinars, and that's been really helpful with that too as well. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's
yeah,
really important that, like you were saying, that you have that consistent training, right? I mean, we do that for our clients, where we do our practice growth workshops. And it's about just reminding CAs over and over and over, right?
Exactly.
Like what they should be doing, right?
Like they need to hear it 8 times.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it's just, you just need to hear it from somebody else, right?
Yeah.
It's part of that slipping and checking, right? Like BJ Palmer talked about, right? Like when you're at some point, you're going to kind of start slipping, right?
Yeah.
You have to have a check to bring you back. You have to bring back to what the goal is, right? What's the big why behind why are we answering the phone? Right? Like when we got a new patient on the phone, what is the big why behind why that person's calling, right? And to not lose that perspective.
And so just be finding, certain things to make it perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's I'm glad you mentioned that. So